Hi guys!
How's it going?
Look where we're at. Hannah House. Surprise!
So what are you going to tell them, like, from now on, this is going to be our new location?
Duh.
Well, duh.
Duh.
Duh. Yes, exactly. From now on, our podcast is going to be here at the historic Hannah House. And me and Brooks doing tours here. We've been doing tours for a good long while. And so we decided, hey, why not? Let's have the podcast here. So what all would you like to add?
What do you mean?
Would you like to add? About the house.
About the house?
Yeah, about the house.
It's great. Everybody should check it out. I don't know one person that hasn't been here and they haven't fell in love with the house. Whether they're, a believer of the paranormal or, they're just into history or, whatever. I mean, it's a beautiful mansion. I mean, lots of history, lots of stuff to soak in. Me, I'm a believer, not so much Bud, but I've definitely had a lot of experiences here, and
Like what? Name one.
are we really getting into that right this second? Like we're doing an introduction.
Fair enough.
uh, but yeah, no, we're super excited. Lots of changes coming towards the Hannah Mansion's way. We're gonna start doing flashlight tours. Maybe get some more public events posted. We got a lot. The wheels are turning. The wheels are turning. We're getting things going.
I mean,
So
most definitely for the podcast and most definitely for the mansion as well. So
yeah. I mean, when it comes down to it, it's for the house, absolutely. But I mean, we want to get our name out there too. So,
well, yeah,
I mean,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Bud started this podcast before me, but he, of course, had me come on, and it's been a lot of fun arguing with you. But
I'm sure I can say this.
but yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. This is not going to be our primary location in the Hannah house. This is just the room we're going to set up in for now until we get the other room set up. We're actually going to get the servant quarters all cleaned up finally and get some seats set up in there, some more microphones, more webcams. We're gonna get this thing going. But we definitely need more subscribers, and that's why we're also doing this. Because we're gonna get more viewers doing this, and we love you guys. We want to make this as entertaining as possible for you guys. I mean, it's fun.
I think having a female in my life again, even though I'm a single bachelor, even though I'm a single bachelor, it's like I think having another female in my life tortured me.
I'll torture you. Well, maybe a little bit. That's all men in my life, though. I mean,
And does anybody see who I brought with me?
oh, Boris.
Forrest.
Oh, boy.
I kind of bought him for the old podcast table, which I did. Man, I had a lot of stuff on there.
You had a gang of stuff. Gang.
The Friday the 13th stuff.
You did. You
Bought
had
a
a
brand new Jason mask at
Yeah.
the Scarefest.
I wish you would have told me because I actually have a Jason mask, like authentic Jason mask.
Now, I bought this off a guy. I can't remember the name of his little business he has, but he's set up. I think he's only set up on Etsy, if I'm thinking right. But he has all the masks from
No.
every series. So,
Wow.
but yeah, I mean, he's really super nice guy. Yeah. You should go with me next year.
I definitely want to go.
I'm
I've
telling
never,
you,
I,
I had a blast.
and a lot of people are surprised because of how in tune I am with like scary movies and stuff like that. They're like, I can't believe you've never been to a horror movie convention. I'm
There's
like,
another
well,
one
you know,
in March coming in Evansville.
does it
It's called like HorrorCon or something like that.
right up my alley.
Yeah,
Right up my alley.
in
Yeah, no,
Evansville ain't it?
well, and then that Odysseys and Curiosities exhibit.
It's always downtown.
That yeah, that's going to be downtown, and that's actually the weekend of my birthday.
Is it
I'm
really?
super yeah, April 27th. I mean, my birthday is April 29th, but it's it's the weekend leading up to my birthday.
That's
So
the day before my dad's.
really,
Yeah.
the 27th. Your dad's is the
No,
20th.
my dad's the 30th.
He's
Yeah.
Taurus like me.
Yeah, my dad's the 30th.
His birthday's right after mine.
Yeah.
Look at that. He must be a solid guy.
He can be.
Whatever. You know what? Taurus says we're really loyal. We're solid people. We hold grudges though.
That's genetics too.
No, you know what?
With our side of the family.
That's it. I'm walking away. No, I'm just kidding.
You were to say that's yeah. That could be genetics with me. I don't really hold a lot of grudges with people anymore.
Wait, what's your sign?
Pisces.
Pisces. Oh, word.
Me and my mom.
Veda's a Gemini. She's hot and cold
Me and
all
my
the time.
me and my mom both are. So
So something else that me and Bud were talking about, we actually are going to do a live investigation one night. Start like kind of vlogging around here. Just to get more outsiders' views like on the Hannah House and like kind of, dive into some of our paranormal investigating. Um, I think it'll be a lot of fun doing that.
I retired from that though. That's why I started the podcast.
But you're not because you're going to be doing it again. I'm breaking you out of retirement. It's time.
I retired.
I'm going to get something to scare the shit out of you here. If anybody's here, scare the shit out of Bud.
You know I've already been married and divorced twice, right?
Yeah. Marriage sounds scary.
It's not what people think it is.
Yeah,
Let me say it's not, it's just not for me.
yeah.
I mean, it's not even being a single bachelor, I actually love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I travel. I mean, I get to travel. I get
Yeah.
to, get to see some very awesome places.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I
and then
mean,
we got
it's
we got the podcast.
yeah.
We do our tours here, so it's like, yeah, I got my own life, and
Yeah.
it's
You
nice.
stay busy to where you don't
Yeah, I
even,
stay very busy.
yeah, you don't even
I
think
got
of it.
still got the photography going.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we're a part of this house, and we got the podcast. We got, we're going to have some really awesome guests coming on.
We
We got like two lined up.
three. We got
That's
three
right.
lined up.
That's right.
Yep, we got three lined up. Yep.
And I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag to let everybody know one of our guests that we're going to get scheduled. Her grandparents lived here. Okay, so she was here as a little girl and get to tell some of the stories, urban legends that she actually lived apart. So,
She's had some pretty cool stories for sure.
did I tell you how I met her?
Well, let's not let it all out.
I know, no, no. I mean, did I tell you how I met her?
She was on a tour with her dad.
No, she was on a tour. Okay, it was like 3 years ago.
Oh, that's not what you told me. I thought you told me
No,
that she was on a tour
no,
with
she
her
came
dad.
here with her dad. She
Right.
came here to visit.
Right.
It was just a visit. But I was doing one of the tours at Paranormal Day Celebration, one of the events we have every year here. And very first group I got started, she raises her hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of went like, okay, this is just got started. What can this be now? And she goes, like, how did she word it? She said something like, kind of like, she goes, um, something like, can I ask you a question? I was like, yeah, sure. So she goes, did you ever hear the story about the little girl that always saw the old man? And I go, like, yeah. And she goes, that was me. And I'm like,
Instant full body chills.
yeah, it kind of was.
Yeah.
I'm speechless. I was kind of
Right.
like, holy shit. No, like, no way. It was like,
Right.
and she was kind of like, yeah. She goes, my grandparents were the O'Briens. I'm like, oh my God.
I have so many questions to ask you. Like you turned into a fangirl.
And so she was kind of like, and then she started going into it about how her grandparents lived here. And then she actually, the story that actually people were telling, she said, no, she said, that's is kind of not true. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, I didn't see a man upstairs. I saw him over here behind this door or behind the doorway.
Oh, okay.
She said she used to see an old man in a rocking chair. And Mrs. O'Brien, yeah.
Huh.
And she said Mrs. O'Brien would like, she goes, my grandma would yell down, who you talking to? And she goes, Grandpa. And she goes, what? And she goes, Grandpa, he's right here. Because she said she was only about 5 or 6 when this
Oh,
happened.
wow.
Yeah, she was real little.
Does
So
she still remembers it pretty
she said
vividly?
some of it, no. She said some of it, she goes, I was so little, I don't remember everything.
Right.
But listening to her dad, oh crap. I mean, he is one cool cat. I mean,
Yeah.
now the story, another story about the spoon flying. When the
I
contract.
heard that story.
Now, I was told it was up there, upstairs. And he goes, no. He goes, it was in here in the kitchen.
Wasn't it a worker that actually
It was a contractor that was helping him renovate.
Yeah.
And he said, he goes, my mom went to fix the man coffee, laid the tray down, and he goes, I'm sitting at the table. He goes, I was an eyewitness. And he says, spoon come up, flew over at man's head.
Nope.
He gets up.
I'm out. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm telling you right now. I see something flying at me, I'm done. I'm walking out for at least like a few minutes, chain smoked a few cigarettes. Nope, I can't do it.
So he goes, the man didn't say a word, he just got up and left. Just didn't say a word.
I don't know. I mean, what do you say in that? Like when that happens?
Then you have to pay attention. That's what I would do.
Tell you what.
I'm a skeptic into a believer.
Tell you what, I was here a few nights ago, and that bang that I heard up in the attic. Dude, I'm telling you, like
Yeah.
I was just doing I was just, dude, not even shitting you, like doing a walkthrough.
Do you know how many years
And
I've been in this?
oh my God, but you are so close-minded when it comes to the
I am not.
Okay, agree to disagree.
No, I'm not closed-minded. I just will find the natural explanations to everything. I don't care what it is.
But you sometimes you dig too deep. Like
No.
when there is no logical explanation, you keep trying to dig.
Yeah, but
instead of just accepting it for what it is.
But that's what science is all about.
Okay.
That's what science is all about.
I mean, yeah, but if you like can't come up with a logical explanation, you keep digging into it. I'm sorry to sound nasally, and
I now that I'm being sick too. So
yeah.
you find, but I'm not the type of person. If something happens, automatically, like most people do. Oh, well, it's got to be a ghost. No, it don't have to be.
I mean, no. I mean, usually there's an explanation for everything, but I mean, if you can't find that explanation,
Hold on. For example, I was
you never let me finish ever. I'm just saying. Sometimes if
Okay.
you can't come up
I'm
with,
just joking. I'm just joking.
but I mean, if you can't come up with an explanation, I mean, you just have to accept it for what it is. It's unknown. You don't have to say it's paranormal, but you can't find it. I can't
You
find an
can't just sit
explanation.
here and say it's unknown. There has to be a reason for everything.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
You didn't hear that jingle?
I thought it was you.
It was me. I swear to God, it wasn't me. What?
I thought.
Oh, maybe it was me. I thought it was Santa Claus. Don't you?
Oh God, you're just what's cracking me. Oh.
Oh, Boris, what do you think of that, bud? Nothing. Dead silent.
You just have to take it for what it is.
Oh God. No, that's why I jingled my jacket.
I handled when I heard the jingle.
I was like, that's me. And then I jingled my jacket again.
You're gonna deaf me, I swear.
I'm a good time.
Okay, so back. Okay, I was at this paranormal event
Oh,
years back, and I mean it was a nice event, and there was a guys there that used to be on TV. Really cool guys. And you know me, I hate paranormal TV shows. I don't like YouTubers. I don't like TikTokers. I don't like none of it. No offense to them. It ain't personal.
I don't think that it's not necessarily that you don't like them.
No,
It's just,
I'm just saying it's not a, this isn't a personal statement. It's just, I don't like the entertainment value. That's just what I don't like.
so it's not that you don't like them, you just don't like the entertainment.
Correct. I just don't like what they promote or
Yeah,
what, I don't like the content,
right.
you know, because they don't add. If someone out there added, now Taps used to do this when Ghost Hunters first came out. Ghost Hunters were debunkers, and that's what got me into the TV show. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's
They were big time debunkers.
So I was kind of like, okay, now I can get into this. Now they're kind of using their head, thinking,
Right.
okay. But I got off track. But okay, I was at this event, and it was a nice event. It was a cool location. The owner's a really cool guy, and so I'm in this group. Okay, and this was and we paid, and it was like $130 a piece.
Jeez, where'd you go?
Where the hell was this? I'll have to ask Natasha because Natasha went with me. Natasha and somebody else went with me.
Okay. You have no idea where you went.
I'm wanting to say
I just don't know how you're going to back this up when you don't even know where you
no. Hang on. I mean, there was. I just can't think of the name. I know where I was. Um, Ashmore Estates.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I've actually always wanted to go there.
Okay. So anywho, so we're going through the building with my little group,
Okay.
and one of the guys that was a part of the TV show, because they separated the guys and everybody got a group, or a group went to whatever.
Each one of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really nice. They were super cool. I mean, down to earth guys, man. I mean, I really hung out with them, talked with them a little bit. And
Who, Jason and Grant?
I have never met, even though a team I was on was a part of TAPS.
Well, you said Taps.
Long time.
So who was doing this event?
It was the Tennessee Race Chasers. Okay. But like I said, okay, so this has nothing to do with it. We're going through the group, and one of the guys, I can't remember, but I think in an odd way, he was kind of trying to bullshit everybody. Not in a joking way, because I saw him look at me and smirk. And he was like, "Does everybody feel this cold?
Shut up.
And he's doing this, and everybody's like going, oh my!" Like everybody's like, and everybody there is supposed to be investigators,
right?
I do this. Well, goddamn, a window's open. Nobody, not one person, did this.
What and like look?
But me, I'm the only one that looked down the hallway. The window was open. Gee, I wonder where that air was coming from.
I wonder where that cold draft's coming.
Oh, damn. And I'm looking around going, now here's the thing. Everybody pays $130.
Right.
So I don't want to be the asshole that ruins it.
Right.
Well, we got one douchebag in the group, so I didn't want to be the douchebag. So I kept my mouth shut. I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, it was a fun event. So that's why I didn't make it.
Right.
It was a fun event. Like I said,
you had a good time.
The Rain Chaser guys were really cool. I mean, super down to earth. They weren't even trying to do they weren't trying to promote themselves. They weren't, and Ashmore Estates is a great place to go. I actually had.
I've heard a lot of good things about them. I really want to check it out.
Super nice guy. Real nice guy. He's on my
Is that the owner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Super nice guy. And
maybe we can get him on here one night.
Yeah, he probably would.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, so that's my point. It's like it just takes one little thing. It just takes one little to say, okay, we have air. Where could air go through?
Well, I mean, that's so when.
I'm trying to rip on nobody.
Well, no, but like last night when we were talking about like K2 meters and stuff like that, and like I told you guys, I was like, I understand where you're coming from, that it's like a faulty piece of equipment because that
is fully anything that can cause anything that can cause a false positive. To me, it's useless.
It can make a false positive.
Yeah. It can, with a lot of shit.
There's a lot of things that can make a false positive.
Walkie-talkies.
Pregnancy test. Hello. Yeah, I win this argument. I totally win this argument. I'm saying, yeah. There are so many things that can create a false positive. But my thing with K2 meters is I agreed with you.
Yeah.
That, if you're on live and you're, like dude, I know you heard that.
Heard what?
You didn't hear that knocking?
You know how many years I've been a machinist? Part of my hearing is gone.
Okay, well, there's definitely knocking.
From where? Okay, hang on. We're in what year was this house built?
1858.
1858. Okay. Now this house is actually really structurally amazing. When Alexander built it, I'm telling you what.
There's no breeze going on right now, though, bud. Like, how do you explain that?
Hang on. We kicked on the heater. We kicked up the heat.
The heat's going right now, though.
But hang on. But it was cold in here earlier.
Okay, the floorboards are stretching or whatever. Anyway, back to the K2 meters. So I agreed with you guys on creating false positives, because like a lot of people, a lot of like TikTokers and YouTubers, they'll be going live and they'll have the K2 meter in front of them as they have their phone, and it's like,
yeah, you can have.
Oh, look, I'm getting spikes and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, of course you are, because your phone is right next to it. And I realized that
they can make
when I went on an investigation.
They can make REM They can.
I'm not disregarding that. But the thing is like now whenever I use a K2 meter, I will put it away. Like away from me, away from like lamps or anything electrical whatsoever. And I'll set it up, and if it ends up going off.
Okay, but hang on. Okay. What is a K2 meter designed for?
Electromagnetic fields.
But who were they designed for?
Electricians.
Okay, so what is... Okay, how is it based on if a K2 meter goes off, it has to be a ghost? Or where's the theory? Where's the theory on how would it be a ghost if a K2 meter goes off? Like how?
Well,
Like
I think
how?
that spirits give off energy.
Okay,
I mean, how else would
where's
they
the
make
evidence that
equipment
backs
and
it?
stuff like
Where's
that?
the evidence that backs
There's no evidence. I'm just saying that's what I believe
it? Okay,
is.
I'm not saying believe what you want to believe. That's fine.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that there is no evidence to back up if a K2 meter goes off, REM pod, what it doesn't. That there's no evidence to back. Okay, well, how? What? Now, I mean, I don't care if somebody uses it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me a damn bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is, it's like, but if someone's going to make a YouTube video, oh, but we got all these K2 hits, and
Oh yeah, no, I call bullshit.
I'm going.
Yeah, I call
But
bullshit.
then again, if you ask them, okay, well, if you think it's a ghost, then how's it working? Well, I don't know. And it's like, okay, well, you don't know. What do you hear now?
You don't hear that?
Hear what?
I hear shuffling now.
Your mind is
Not unless you're just breathing really heavily out of your nose. Nope, that's not it. Nope. Hello.
You're probably just trying to freak yourself out.
I'm not freaked out.
I know, but I'm saying, okay, here's another thing.
This house by myself. I don't.
So, you've even slept here a few times.
Yeah, after paranormal day.
We're not going there.
I think we should a little bit.
No.
That was a lot of fun. I wish I would have gotten a picture of you.
But hang on. Okay. Now, even most people, which, okay, here's a problem most ghost hunting people have. When they, excuse me, with number one, two, when they, most
Wrong
ghost hunters-
tube. Wrong pipe.
excuse me, and when they go to locations or whatever, when people automatically think it's haunted, like, which I mean, I'm not knocking that. I'm not saying you don't go to these places. Like even here, I'm not saying anything wrong, but I'm just saying people will hype themselves up right here.
There's been a few places that
And
there's
what
been a
happens
couple
when you do
places
the
I've
moment?
been.
And I'm going to give you a scientific thing to tell you how this works. Okay?
Mhm.
What's the first thing that happens when you think of head lice?
Sorry, itching your head.
But do you have head lice?
Oh no, do I? No.
I don't know, but I was itching earlier every time I was around you.
Dick.
Okay, so there's my point. You can psychologically freak yourself out.
Right.
See, that's what I was trying to, when me and you was talking earlier about the difference between, like when I was talking about YouTubers and all that. What, I mean, I don't give a shit. I mean,
Do your thing, boo boo.
you do your thing, you be happy.
Right.
Okay, if it makes you happy, go for it. But here's the difference. This is what I was trying to tell you. The difference between a paranormal investigator and a ghost hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I always called myself a paranormal investigator because anytime I would go anywhere, you investigate the claim.
Right.
Okay, well, like right now, did you hear that? Okay, there's
I've actually done it a couple times. Quit acting like I've been doing it all night.
You have been doing it.
No, I have not.
Yeah. Okay. Now there's a difference between how I react and you react. Okay.
But I've also had experiences here.
I know. Okay, but hang on. But me, I'd be like, okay, I hear knocking. What would cause the knocking? Like, what would? So you go investigate that claim. Now I would be like trying to. Okay, could it be a door? Could it be this? Could it be that? That's me. That's how I react. Okay, but a lot of people, it's like I said, like YouTubers, TikTokers, whatever.
I get what you're saying. So, like, whenever I go to a different location, we'll get the history of the house, like the actual history.
Yeah. which is fine.
So, like when we do history tours here, we give the actual history of the house. You know, it was built in 1858 as part of the Underground Railroad.
Maybe
Yada yada yada. Like
Maybe.
the families that
it could have been. There's no additional documentation though.
well, why would they document that? He would have gotten in deep shit.
Bingo. That's what I'm saying. That's
Same with the whole fire. Everyone's like, "Oh, was there an actual fire here?" And I'm like, "Well, if there was, they wouldn't have recorded it because if people did die in the fire and they had to bury them."
See, that's why when we do, or when I do history, and somebody asks me,
I say legend has it. When I go down in the basement, I say, "So the legend goes," and then I go in with because a lot of people would be like, "Oh, so was it true?" And I'm like, "That's why it's a legend." Because there's no actual documentation there was a fire. There's no actual documentation that there were slaves that were here, that anybody passed away. We don't know. We don't know. And I'm not discrediting that that could have happened at all.
Okay, like when the pizza guy showed up
Mm-hmm.
and he mentioned Step Cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm from there. That was okay.
I know. I didn't say anything.
You're going to.
I was not.
Yeah, you were. I saw your face.
I was not. No, what I was going to say though, so anytime I go to a different location, um, I'll get the history because that's one of the main reasons I really like going to these places is because of the history behind them.
Well, see, I'm a history nerd anyway.
So am I.
That's like, well, when I first started helping here, it had to do. This is when I had a paranormal team and all that, and it was actually to help get the paranormal community back in.
Right.
And that's still what I'm trying to do.
Right.
So
that's what we're trying to do.
But then again, that kind of shifted away. And the guy that was doing history tours here kind of flaked out. So it was kind of like I only knew the paranormal part.
Right.
I didn't really know none of which I didn't. I mean, I learned a lot.
But then you started digging.
I started digging.
Yeah.
And I started researching. I wanted to learn as much as I could about Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like finding a wall.
It really is. You can't find a picture of him anywhere.
And that's what I try to tell people, like how me and you do history tours here.
I've even tried finding a picture of Elizabeth. Can't anywhere.
Found the marriage certificate.
But you can't find a picture.
Nope.
That's what I'm saying. You can't find a picture of him, Elizabeth, anybody. But so like when we talk about Hazel, that's how they did a lot of their pictures back in the day, was postmortem pictures.
Some.
But that took a lot of money and they did it with their family and stuff like that. Wait, because I was trying to get to a point and then we keep getting off topic. So,
but it's not
whenever sometimes, but whenever I go to different locations and like I'll get the history, they'll be like, "Do you want to hear some of the paranormal stuff?" I'm like, "No."
So you don't psych yourself out. So you don't keep that. So you don't keep it in your head.
Right, because I mean, what's the first thing that happens if somebody gets a thought inside their head?
Well, see,
if they think they're going to see that
before Bud Kelly became the skeptic, before Bud Kelly became the critical thinker, okay. When I first kind of got into this, the whole paranormal stuff, which was years, a long time ago, long ago, many moons ago,
many moons,
and I remember going to a location, but a certain TV show stuck in my head. And I was basically, that's why I brought up the head lice thing.
Brian, you bring up head lice one more time, Boris is going to go flying across at your face.
You leave Boris alone. He's the mascot. He's PvP mascot. I think I'm going to get him a PvP bucket hat.
That'd be so cool.
I know. It's one of my.
We should do it.
Okay, so back then, it was kind of like, yeah, I would freak myself out. Like, I mean, it's a normal, natural, psychological reaction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It would be like me and you if a ghost hunting team came here or whatever, and I would like come up with a bullshit story. I'd come up with and go, yeah, Brooke got shut down the stairs one night by herself. She just
And then shit her pants.
yeah. It's trying to save the pizza, but tried to debunk that one. I did the best I.
Oops.
Yeah, too much fireball and pizza that night, and I just couldn't control it.
Bro, I swear.
No.
It happens.
So
It happens in the best of us.
okay, so let's
Nice night.
I can come up with a bullshit story. Say, yeah,
I just don't like to hear other people's stories because I want to have the experience for myself.
Okay, but here's my point. I can say talk about anything, and then what's going to happen? Someone's going to go. They're going to freak themselves walking downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to freak themselves out. And
Yeah, I don't want to freak myself.
So that's my point. So that's why, that's why I don't really do videos. That's why I don't do the I don't want to go that direction. Even
Right.
though I'm the skeptic, even though I'm the critical thinker. Like for example, like the video. I don't know if you saw the video on the channel. As me being
No, but we definitely need to do an We're gonna do the overnight here.
What we should do, like kind of what we do with the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, skeptic and believer. Like what would you do compared to me? Like anytime you would hear like say you would think it's a ghost or like or something like how would you react compared to me or vice versa?
Well, I mean, like if I heard a bang or something, clearly I'd want to go like check it out to make sure like did something drop or did something
Okay.
like hit a wall or I mean I do look into it. I don't just think like, oh, I heard a noise, that's it. I mean, I know we've been here and I'm like, did you hear that?
You do it all the time.
I do.
You do it all the time.
But we're in the middle of doing something. Like I'm not gonna go and check it out, but
I'll even edit. She'll be back in 15 minutes.
Or I won't be back at all.
Or
because grandma's gonna eat my face off.
Okay. Okay, so back to Step Cemetery. Talking about legends.
That place is pretty cool, man.
Okay.
That place is really cool.
Okay, as a Morgan County native, and I'm still a Morgan
It's
County.
a pretty cemetery.
Huh? It is.
Cemetery. I'm just saying paranormal.
Right.
It's a pretty location.
Yeah. But okay, for example, they called it the Black Lady's Grave. Okay, and she dressed as supposedly urban legend. And I've never seen it. I don't know anybody else around. If anybody out there watching this podcast is from around the Morgan County area, and if you've seen the Black Lady's ghost, hit me up.
Black lady or black dress?
She had a black dress, but they called her the Black Lady.
Oh.
Okay, so urban legend says, or this is what I've always been told, that this lady, her baby died, buried it.
Mm-hmm.
She would dig it up and rock it to sleep. Okay,
That's
so they
weird.
say the ghost.
That's weird.
If you caught it on a certain night, you could see her ghost rocking a baby back and forth. I've never seen it. And I know exactly. Now, a friend of mine named Dwayne used to be on my paranormal team a long time ago. He just passed away with cancer.
Oh,
and he was one of the best dudes you could ever be around. I mean,
sucks.
super great guy. Now, Dwayne was from Morgan County as well.
Mm-hmm.
He told me, he goes, no. He goes, it wasn't there at the cemetery. He goes, there was a cabin deep in the forestry that supposedly that happened. And I was like, I never knew there's any. Like, Okay, there's Draper's cabin.
Right.
Now, supposedly satanic stuff happens here. I don't know.
As legend says.
Well, because you can't be back here after sundown.
Right. Well, you can get fined if you're in a cemetery.
Well, Indiana state law. It's an Indiana state law that you cannot be in a cemetery.
I don't think it's just Indiana though. I think other
I think
states.
each state has its own law.
Yeah.
But Indiana state law does state.
Yeah, I don't do that shit. There's been a few of my friends that are like, oh, I've been to 100 Step Cemetery like after midnight or whatever, and I was like, well, you're stupid because if you get caught,
ghost hunting people take all their stuff out there, and I'm like going, a cop can arrest you and take all your shit.
if there is any type of vandalism that was already done prior to you,
they can blame you too.
You'll be blamed for it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, dude, I have the worst bad luck. I'm not doing that. I've only had a run-in with the law once, and that was when I was 17. Never again.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
I learned and I got schmata.
Yeah. I fought authority.
Hey, tips, kids.
Like the John Mellencamp song goes, I fought authority and authority always wins.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, that's what I used to tell like ghost hunting people. It's like, I get it. Don't get me wrong, I get it. Mm-hmm. Cemetery, nighttime, spooky. But I think anybody thinks cemeteries are haunted. Just because you're in a land of all dead people doesn't mean it has to be haunted. I mean, duh.
I think it has a lot of energy.
Okay, where's the evidence on that?
There's no evidence. That's why it's called the paranormal. I feel like anytime I've went to a cemetery, it usually feels really thick. There's a lot of energy built up.
No, I
don't. Like hard for
When I go through a cemetery, you know what I feel?
What?
Tranquility. I feel peaceful.
No, it's calm, but it's still thick.
Not really.
To me, it is.
It's
different for everybody, though, bud. It's same for everybody. It's different.
It's a peaceful. It is
a very peaceful. I tell you what.
Like every time I go to Crown Hill to do photography.
I was just about to say Crown Hill Cemetery. Me and one of my best friends, Emily. We used to go to Crown Hill all the time. Like literally just to walk around.
I know that cemetery on the back of my hand now.
Yeah,
I can point out to you almost where every famous person is.
Yeah. You
ever go by Alexander's?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, they always go by there all the time.
Yeah.
Say hi.
John Dillinger.
Dillinger's over by the road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm from the same hometown, right?
And then
Mooresville.
Oh, who else?
You know, legend says, doesn't it?
Jackson?
President?
Yeah, what president?
Benjamin Harrison.
Harrison, there it is.
You know, he's buried with both of his wives.
Oh, shit.
When Benjamin Harrison died.
The energy's real thick right there. Dude, I tell you what.
You want to talk about the dead died?
I haven't died, and by some miraculous thing happening, if I ever get married.
I'm almost 50 years old. I won't do it again.
Well, you've done it like 50 times. And by 50, I mean 3, 2.
Yeah, no, 3 times.
2. You almost did it a third time.
Almost. Almost. But no, Benjamin Harrison. When you go to his grave, you'll see 3 graves. Mm-hmm. He's buried there. He's buried with his first wife and his second wife. Yes, if you go out there,
why do that to himself? So they're kicking him from both sides.
Yeah.
Did they pass before him?
No, I think wife number one did. I
Oh, okay.
think. I'll have to look at it because he died, I think, of a pneumonia or something,
Oh.
if I'm thinking correct. But he wasn't born in Indiana. He moved in here,
Hmm.
but he was not born.
Hmm.
A lot of people thinks he was, but he's not. Then okay, like he's here. Here's the hill. Yeah, hang on, I'm trying to do directions. Hush up. So if you go up the hill, James Wickham Riley's on top of that hill.
Yeah.
Then you got Bob Urzay, which you knew who Bob Urzay is. Robert Urzay, the man that brought the Indianapolis Colts to Indianapolis
Sure.
from Baltimore.
Sure.
Yes. His son Jim.
Okay.
But no, Bob Urzay's right.
I'm not as old as you.
Shut up.
You old man.
I know. Bob Urzay's there. Then on over is the Idol George that the museum is named after. The Idol George. It's a beautiful museum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Maybe like oh, like the tombs. What are they called?
the tombs. The
The
catacombs?
the no, not the catacombs. It's at Crown Hill. It's like the mausoleum. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
big indoor mausoleum. Dude, it is so hard to breathe in there.
Yeah, that's over by the funeral home.
So hard to breathe in
Yeah.
there. And me and Emily went in there and we were walking around and then we went into the cathedral part. Oh my god, it was so pretty.
Yeah.
It's breathtaking.
But then Dillinger, and supposedly that was not him buried. So
Okay. Where's the facts?
that's the problem. There is none.
Oh, cool.
But hang on.
Okay.
Legend says that was not Dillinger gunned down in Chicago.
So what do you think happened?
Okay, I know his nephew. Or
Personally.
yes. Yeah, his nephew's real good friends with my dad. Yeah, okay. And his mom was John's sister.
Okay.
And as of right now, he's the closest living relative to John Dillinger. Okay. Legend says when Dillinger died, or supposedly died, that there's no way he was dumb enough to go somewhere in public.
You seriously didn't hear that?
Hear what?
The thud.
I swear to God, you got ears of a German Shepherd.
Go on. Oh, come on, dude.
Is that Tylenol still in her?
It is.
I might need some in a minute.
Well, we got a little bit left of this podcast, so.
Okay. But yeah, but some legend says, according to that, they say that they think Dillinger got out of the country
Okay.
before. So the guy that got gunned down was a dummy. And even my great uncle that knew a lot of the old timers in Mooresville.
This sounds like a conspiracy theory to me.
Now, all the old timers in Mooresville that knew John, that went to his funeral, they looked down and said, there's no way that was him in the casket. That did not look like him whatsoever. Okay, am I saying it's true? No, I'm not saying nothing, but I'm saying even some of his family thinks that wasn't John, that John got out of the country. So,
well, they're dead now. He's dead.
Did you see the movie? Did you see the movie where Johnny Depp played him?
Oh no, but bet he looked great.
Yeah, it's a damn good movie.
What is it?
Public Enemy #1. It was either called Public Enemy or Public Enemy #1, one of the two.
Okay.
But yeah, Johnny Depp. And Johnny Depp actually came to Mooresville.
That's crazy because I've seen pretty much all of
Yeah,
them.
Johnny Depp even came to Mooresville.
I have to look into that. Okay. Well,
let's do touch base.
You feel like we touched base on, what we needed to touch base on tonight. Huh?
It's some random shit.
Yeah, and some random shit. This we did plan this, but we also didn't really plan on what to talk about, guys. But we just
But hang on though, but that makes a fun podcast.
Yeah.
Because my very first did not go well. Well, I mean, the guy I had on, super cool guy, real nice, you would actually like him. I'm trying to, but he's got a real busy schedule, and
I don't like anybody.
super. No, super nice guy.
I actually hate a lot of people.
So
I'm kidding.
but he came on, and we didn't know, because this is when we was living in Monrovia, and audio somehow just nothing went right. And not only
It sounds like the last 4 podcasts we've tried to do with Jason.
Oh God, beyond that.
And I'm surprised that he said that he would come back on with us.
Yeah, we know Jason.
We know Jay really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, the video didn't work. And I wrote everything down that I wanted to ask. Like, so in other words, you can almost tell, even in the audio, that I was kind of like, you could tell, I was scripted. Like, I scripted myself.
Right.
But now, like, you're on, and it's almost like we talk about just random shit. And it's like, but somehow that makes a good podcast, I think. Because
I feel like that's how a lot of podcasts go, though. Like they'll start, they'll get on a certain topic, or they'll talk. Like if they have a guest, they'll talk to their guest and ask them a few questions, and whereabout they came to where they are now, and then it kind of starts fizzling into random topics. You okay with it, like honestly. Oh, super random.
It goes everywhere.
Super random topics.
I mean, sometimes you can tell he doesn't know exactly. Feel like
I love Joe.
Like he can be talking about like whatever, like COVID. So how many cars he'll just go like take it. Yeah, it's like yeah, man. Like I had this elk steak today, and it was really he'll just, and sometimes I think it's because he's high.
Yeah.
He came up and topic one time. Somebody asked him what he doesn't do anymore high. And he goes, like, because he commentates UFC. Mm-hmm. He goes, I won't do UFC high anymore. Mm-hmm. He goes, because I'll sit there and go, I wonder how much this lasts. He goes, how much electricity is
Good Jesus, man.
He goes, I'll just sit there and go, I wonder how much electricity is Wow. He goes, and I'll be like, I can't concentrate on the fight. He goes, yeah, I won't do UFC high anymore.
Yeah, probably not a good idea. Probably best.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why I love Rogan's podcast.
Right.
I mean, the best podcast he's ever did, Rob Zombie.
Be Still My Beating Heart.
Watch.
I love him. I do. He's just, I don't know.
He just saw him in concert before he was even like mega famous.
I've seen him and Marilyn in concert. I went to the Twins of Evil tour.
But yeah, I saw him before he was even famous.
Marilyn was, he's definitely gotten older and not as fit as he was back in the day. So he was having a hard time running around on stage and was getting pretty winded. But he still put on a hell of a show. And Rob definitely put on a hell of a show. Very theatrical. I mean, just
right.
He's just wow. He's amazing. He's just brilliant in everything he does. His music, I mean, his concerts, his entertaining. I mean, not just concerts, but movies and everything else.
Monsters.
I loved it. I actually just watched it. I really loved it.
Is people
Because they wanted it to be scary because that's what they expected. That's not the Munsters.
to be.
They wanted it to be scary.
But here's the thing: they don't realize how he wrote. I got it. It's like he wrote it. It's almost like how he wrote the film was like before the TV series started,
Right.
and then it's going to lead. And there's going to be a sequel. You can tell. I mean, because if you look at it, I mean, there was no look who were just the only character.
It reminded me of the old Munsters.
Yeah,
Like when I was a kid.
And how he picked the characters, and his wife did amazingly.
Well, I can't say when I was a kid because it was definitely reruns, and it was like
you saw Rick.
yeah,
You weren't around that.
Yeah, I wasn't as old as you. But anyway, it was good. Um, so should we? I guess I should say that before we wrap things up, we are planning on opening flashlight tours again. We haven't set a specific date, but you guys can definitely check out on historichannahmansion.com and also make sure to follow us on Facebook. You can also keep up with the podcast. We will definitely throw out events on the podcast as well as TikTok. But yeah, we haven't really set a date as far as when we're going to start flashlight tours.
I think the flashlight tours. I think
Probably February.
About February, maybe,
Yeah.
and see how they go.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we don't know how they're going to go. We don't know.
There's a lot of changes that are happening, so we're trying to get in the groove of everything. So, but good times. Good times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the history tours, I mean, are still going.
First Sunday every month.
We need to get Kira to do the podcast up here with us.
We've talked about it.
I know. She said she would too.
Well, we're gonna have to talk to her next tour day and be like, hey.
She's amazing with the tours. I mean,
yeah.
Both you guys are.
Just her personality. No offense. I've been on your tours and I've been on hers.
She's a lot better than me.
I'll admit it. She took me under her wing, and like if you notice, like when me and her do tours, we're like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
That's what I'm saying.
You know, like we're just very energetic, outgoing.
Well, okay, when Kira started, when I met Kira here, that's when she did the Indie Fun tours,
right?
And she had like this Victorian dress on, and just I was watching her. I mean, I followed her tour. Like, I wonder how she's doing this. Just out of curiosity. And I was like, I have an idea. So I was like, and then it, like years now, she would help me on Paranormal Day Celebration. Okay, for that. So I was like, man, I gotta get a doing tours here. But yeah, this is way before I met. But yeah, I was just noticing her personality. It was just like she was kind of made to do tours.
She's the best.
Yeah, you guys, but adding you guys to this,
me and her clicked like that. I mean, like I hit it off pretty good with a lot of people because I mean I'm pretty outgoing or whatever, but she's definitely one of those people. I don't know. She's in it for the long haul with us. Yeah, she ain't going nowhere. No.
But yeah, doing it even like if anybody follows me on TikTok, Kira's the blonde gal, and that's why like I always have her do the TikToks. It's like
I've done one.
No, you've done more than one. You've done like two.
Have I?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, you've done two.
Call me Deuce. Call me Deucey.
But then it's like even the last event, we went outside. We was doing TikToks outside. Was talking about the corn and talking about the, everything else. So
Indiana, home of corn.
That's why I posted that photo the other day when first time I went to Salt Lake City. I saw the mountains for the first time. It's amazing when you're used to nothing but cornfields.
Oh yeah.
And you go see a mountain.
Yeah. There ain't shit here in Indiana.
Well, there is, but
Paranormal vantage point.
well, even when Sarah lived here, it's like her sister came to visit, and her sister's cool as hell, and she was like, "Holy shit, this place is flat." Duh. Drive through Ohio, it's even worse.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. So
Since you mentioned just a little bit ago, yeah, we got to get Jason back on here.
yeah, we really do. We have a lot of people to get
What are
on
telling
there.
him to drive his ass from Fort Wayne, sit at the table.
Make it foursome.
That's what we ought to call this now.
Huh?
The table.
Call what? The table?
The table.
The
Sit
table.
at the table.
The
Yeah, the table.
red table talk.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, do you have anything else to say
All I
here?
gotta say is, everybody that watches, follow us, man. Thank you guys so much, man. We appreciate every bit of it. So hopefully, tonight was just basically kind of like a
Laid back, letting you guys know what's going on.
When we just talked about random shit. So
Like we normally do.
like
If we don't have any guests.
apology to see, that we're here at the mansion.
So excited.
And
I'm so excited.
I am too.
I hope something like happens while we're doing the podcast.
And I apologize every 2 minutes. Brooke kept going.
There was noises. Hello.
I would like, even though I'm a skeptic, it'd be funny if you would have went, hello, and then we heard a, what?
Yeah. Say it again.
What? Well, who's that rapper that did that?
Lil Jon.
Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Okay.
No Lord. He always wears sunglasses.
But no, anywho, guys, thank you guys so much. I appreciate every bit of it.
We both do.
But yeah, tonight was just a test run. Tonight was just fun sitting here in the mansion. And yeah, we're all by ourselves tonight. So, and we got to do a walkthrough
With Boris.
with Boris. That's right. So,
Boris.
but yeah, I mean, so keep watching, man. We're going to have some pretty cool guests on here. And isn't Shane, our friend Shane?
Yes, Shane is coming next Friday.
Okay, our friend Shane Feek, good friend. We had him on the podcast.
Yep.
Great guy, good dude. He's going to be here with us next week. Is to let you guys know, we're going to do this every Friday. My schedule got messed up. Brooke's schedule's busy too. So
the holidays and us being sick, and it's just
yeah. So, anywho, guys, and we're going to be here every Friday at the mansion to do the podcast. And yeah, so Shane's going to be with us next week, and we're looking forward to that. He's a great guy, and there's a lot of stuff I want to touch base with him on. So we're going to be able to kind of talk with him a little bit more and stuff like that. And so, anywho, man, just thank you guys very much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Yeah, do it, Brooke. Yeah.
thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. You guys rock.
All right, stay tuned, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Toodles. Hi, guys.
How's it going?
Look where we're at. Hannah House. Surprise.
So you're going to tell them, like, from now on, this is going to be our new location?
Duh.
Well, duh.
Duh.
Duh. Yes, exactly. From now on, our podcast is going to be here at the historic Hannah House. And me and Brooks doing tours here. We've been doing tours for a good long while. And so we decided, hey, why not? Let's have the podcast here. So, what would you like to add?
What do you mean?
Would you like to tell it? About the house?
About the house?
Yeah, about the house.
It's great. Everybody should check it out. I don't know one person that hasn't been here and they haven't fell in love with the house. Whether they're, a believer of the paranormal or, they're just into history or, whatever. I mean, it's a beautiful mansion. I mean, lots of history, lots of stuff to soak in. Me, I'm a believer, not so much Bud, but I've definitely had a lot of experiences here and
Like what? Name one.
are we really getting into that right this second? Like we're
Yeah.
doing an introduction.
Fair asked.
Uh, but yeah, no, we're super excited. Lots of changes coming towards the Hannah Mansion's way. We're gonna start doing flashlight tours, maybe get some more public events posted. We got a lot. The wheels are turning. The wheels are turning. We're getting things going.
I mean,
So
most definitely for the podcast and most definitely for the mansion as well. So,
yeah, yeah. I mean, when it comes down to it, it's for the house, absolutely. But I mean, we want to get our name out there too. So,
well, yeah,
I mean,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Bud started this podcast before me, but he, of course, had me come on, and it's been a lot of fun arguing with you. But
I'm sure I can say this.
but yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. This is not going to be our primary location in the Hannah house. This is just the room we're going to set up in for now until we get the other room set up. We're actually going to get the servant quarters all cleaned up finally and get some seats set up in there, some more microphones, more webcams. We're gonna get this thing going. But we definitely need more subscribers, and that's why we're also doing this. Because we're gonna get more viewers doing this, and we love you guys. We want to make this as entertaining as possible for you guys. I mean, it's fun.
I think having a female in my life again, even though I'm a single bachelor, even though I'm a single bachelor, it's like I think having another female in my life tortured me.
I'll torture you. Well, maybe a little bit. That's all men in my life, though. I mean,
And does anybody see who I brought with me?
oh, Boris.
Boris.
Oh,
I
Boris.
kind of bought him for the old podcast table, which I did. Man, I had a lot of stuff on it.
You had a gang of stuff. Gang.
The Friday the 13th stuff.
You did. You
Bought
had
a brand new Jason mask
yeah.
at the Scarefest.
I wish you would have told me because I actually have a Jason mask, like authentic Jason mask.
Now I bought this off a guy. I can't remember the name of his little business he has, but he's set up. I think he's only set up on Etsy, if I'm thinking right. But he has all the masks from every series. So,
Wow.
but yeah, I mean, he's really super nice guy. Yeah. You should go with me next year.
I definitely want to go.
I'm
I've never.
telling you, I had a blast.
A lot of people are surprised because of how in tune I am with like scary movies and stuff like that. They're like, I can't believe you've never been to a horror movie convention. I'm
There's
like,
another one in March coming in Evansville.
Does it?
It's called like HorrorCon or something like that.
Right up my alley.
Yeah.
Right up my alley. Yeah, no. Well, and then that Odysseys and Curiosities exhibit.
It's always downtown.
That's going to be downtown, and that's actually the weekend of my birthday.
Is it
I'm
really?
super, yeah, April 27th. I mean, my birthday is April 29th, but it's the weekend leading up to my birthday.
That's
So,
the day before my dad's.
really?
Yeah.
The 27th? Your dad's is the
No,
20th?
my dad's the 30th.
It's
Yeah.
Taurus like me.
Yeah, my dad's the 30th.
His birthday's right after mine.
Yeah.
Look at that. He must be a solid guy.
He can be.
Whatever. You know what? Taurus says we're really loyal. We're solid people. We hold grudges though.
That's genetics too.
No, you know what?
With our side of the family.
That's it. I'm walking away. No, I'm just kidding.
You really say that's yeah. That could be genetics with me. I don't really hold a lot of grudges in people anymore.
Wait, what's your sign?
Pisces.
Pisces. Oh, word.
Me and my mom.
Veda's a Gemini. She's hot and cold
Me and
all
my
the time.
me and my mom both are. So
So something else that me and Bud were talking about, we actually are going to do a live investigation one night. Start like kind of vlogging around here. Just to get more outsiders' views like on the Hannah house and like kind of, dive into some of our paranormal investigating. Um, I think it'll be a lot of fun doing that.
I retired from that though. That's why I started the podcast.
But you're not because you're going to be doing it again. I'm breaking you out of retirement. It's time.
I retired.
I'm going to get something to scare the shit out of you here. If anybody's here, scare the shit out of Bud.
You know I've already been married and divorced twice, right?
Yeah. Marriage sounds scary.
It's not what people think it is.
Yeah,
Let me say it's not, it's just not for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even being a single bachelor, I actually love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I travel. I mean, I get to travel. I get to, get to see some very awesome places.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean,
we got the podcast.
Yeah.
We do our tours here. So it's like, yeah, I got my own life and it's nice.
You stay busy to where you don't even.
I stay very busy.
Yeah, you don't even.
I still got the photography going.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we're a part of this house, and we got the podcast. We got we're going to have some really awesome guests coming on. We're gonna get like 2 lined up.
3. We got
That's
3
right.
lined up.
That's right.
Yep, we got 3 lined up. Yep.
And I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag to let everybody know one of our guests that we're going to get scheduled. Her grandparents lived here. Okay, so she was here as a little girl and get to tell some of the stories, urban legends that she actually lived a part of. So.
She's had some pretty cool stories for sure.
Did I tell you how I met her?
Well, let's not let it all out.
I know. I mean, did I tell you how I met her?
She was on a tour with her dad.
No, she was on a tour. Okay, it was like 3 years ago.
Oh, that's not what you told me. I thought you told me that she was on a tour.
No, she came here with her dad.
Right.
She came here to visit.
Right.
It was just a visit. But I was doing one of the tours at Paranormal Day Celebration, one of the events we have every year here. And very first group I got started, she raises her hand, and I kind of went like, okay, this is just got started. What can this be now? And she goes, like, how did she word it? She said something like, kind of like, she goes, somebody can I ask you a question. I was like, yeah, sure. So she goes, did you ever hear the story about the little girl that always saw the old man? And I go, like, yeah. And she goes, that was me. And I'm like,
instant full body chills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
speechless. I was kind of
Right.
like, holy shit. No, like, no way. It was like,
Right.
and she was kind of like, yeah. She goes, my grandparents were the O'Briens. I'm like, like, oh my God.
I have so many questions to ask you. Like you turned into a fangirl.
And so she was kind of like, and then she started going into it about how her grandparents lived here. And then she actually, the story that actually people were telling, she said, no, she says, that's is kind of not true. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, I didn't see a man upstairs. I saw him over here behind this door or behind the doorway.
Oh, okay.
She said she used to see an old man in a rocking chair. And Mrs. O'Brien, yeah.
Huh.
And she said Mrs. O'Brien would like, she goes, my grandma would yell down, who you talking to? And she goes, Grandpa. And she goes, what? And she goes, Grandpa, he's right here. Because she said she was only about 5 or 6 when this
Oh,
happened.
wow.
Yeah, she was real little.
Does
So
she still remembers it pretty
she said
vividly?
some of it, no. She said some of it, she goes, I was so little, I don't remember everything.
Right.
But listening to her dad, oh crap. I mean, he is one cool cat. I mean,
Yeah.
now the story, another story about the spoon flying. When the
I
comfort.
heard that story.
Now, I was told it was up there, upstairs. And he goes, no. He goes, it was in here in the